Hello, everyone. Welcome to Parents Making an Investment. It is Janelle Stewart here, and I have something wonderful to share with you. And so, if you could just bear with me in the demonstration process, because sometimes we're not always auditory learners. Not everyone's an auditory learner, not everyone is a visual learner, and then sometimes we are also kinesthetic. And so we learn by doing. So I incorporate that when I do my posts sometimes because I am a kinesthetic learner. And so I like to have some visuals sometimes too on the video. And so if you could see, I'm going to kind of adjust my camera just a little bit, if you could bear with me, because I want you to see this, and I'll try my best to hold up what I can. But I'm sure everyone will know what this is. It's from your kitchen, and I call it a strainer. I really don't know I guess the kitchen terminology for it. I know the bigger ones are called colander, but so today I want to share with you how sometimes the information that we give to our kids, how we want them pretty much to get all the information. And everything that we have to say to our children is very important and valid. But sometimes, it doesn't all get into them and they don't receive all of it at the same time. So what do we do? What do we do, and how do we try to make sure that they receive what we are saying, and that way it can be applied and they can follow through with what we're saying? Well, the title of this post is called One Word. And sometimes we do just need to use one word with our children. Let me show you. I want to demonstrate with you, and hopefully this works, of what happens when we give them information. So here goes. This is my glass, and I'm putting this on top of this glass. So here it goes. And I didn't have, something like orange juice, with the pulp. So to do the demonstration, so it would be like, but if you see here, I'm trying to turn it without dropping it, using this, and I got all the other stuff out of the liquid. And so this is what's left. And so this is how sometimes when we talk to our children, so some of it goes through and some of it gets into their head, and then some of it is left behind. And a lot of times it's what's in here in their head is what they're going to apply and they're going to remember. And so sometimes, and it's not to say that all of it is not important. All of this is important. And it's all of it is important to have. But I think sometimes we have to find a way to get all of this in here. And this is their head and this is their ears or whatever. And so we have to sometimes press it a little bit, press it over time into them, and repeat it over time into them to make sure it gets in. And then also, if you see how thin and how small these holes are in the strainer, to get this stuff inside of there might be a little bit challenged because of the type of tools that we have. And so, yes, what I'm saying is then our method to how we're going to get the information and the discipline and the direction and the guidance to our children, the method does have to change. Now, we were brought up as parents, supporting adults, and we turned out fine. But guess what? The way that our parents did things for us or said things to us and directed us and guide us, it might not work for our children. The method to what we need to get across to them will have to change for the generation, for the time that they're living in. And so, yes, this means that I'm going to have to use a different tool to get this out of here. And so it's the same thing with our children. And so therefore, we're going to, a lot of times, one is use one word. And instead of talking and talking and talking and saying all this stuff to our kids, because guess what? We know that what we have to say to them is so important, and we want them to get all of it all at the same time, and we want them to get all of it. But unfortunately, they because of their minds and just the way our kids think sometimes and process information, they're not going to get all of what we have to say all at the same time. And it's so funny. It's so funny. I'm sorry. It's so funny if that pulled up. It's so funny that, especially when we're disciplining our children, when we're correcting them, when we're guiding them, we wait for these moments to say all that we want to say and all that we wanted to say. But it's not that what we want to say and have to say is not valid and it's not important. But we have to also discern if this is the right time to say all that we want to say. Because what is our purpose? What is our goal to saying these things to our children? Is it for them to follow through with it, to carry it out, to do it, and to get it, and to also to use it, put it in their toolbox and to use it? Is that our goal as parents, or we just want to be heard? So if our goal as parents is for them to follow through, to carry out what we're instructing them to do, and then also to apply it to their own life, whether it's now and whether it's in the future, then we do have to find other ways of saying it. And then we also have to filter it out, like I showed you with the strainer, is find ways to slowly squeeze out all the information that we want them to receive, not all at one time. And yes, the information is important. So the first thing is, here it is, studies have shown, and I'm not going to go into all the studies and all the statistics and everything and what have you developmentally, but studies have shown 9 out of 10 of what we say to our children, they're only going to hear the last word. And so you might be thinking, or might have thought, when your child was younger and you tell them, don't run, stop running. Why aren't they listening to me? They're still running. After I said stop running, after I said don't pick that up, after I said don't hit, why is my child still hitting? Why is my child still running? Why is my child not listening? And so you wonder this. Well, because guess what? They only heard the last word of what you said. So how do we deal with this? How do we come back and find a solution to this? Here it is. One word. Use one word. Whatever it is that you want them to do, say that. Tell them that. Run, if that's what you want them to do. If you don't want them to run, say walk. That's simple. If you want them to stop, stop. If you want them to not hit, tell them, don't say don't hit your brother, your sister. Stop hitting. No, say to them, gentle hands, nice touches. And it was so funny when we hear the teachers say this all the time. We're like, why are they gentle hands? And you demonstrate it. Well, it's pretty much taking away the negative and introducing and putting forth the positive, and actually not just negative, positive, but what you want your child to carry out. Say that. So it's not just negative, positive, but what you don't want them to do, you need to reverse it with a word of what you want them to do. And so if you want them to walk, once again, say walk. You want them to listen? Listen. Listen to what I'm saying to you. Listen. Hear. Do you hear? Eat. Stop. Gentle. So just one words. And I understand that it's like, well, do I say that with my teenager? Do I say that with my, well, guess what I did? As my kids were getting older and they moved away from that toddler preschool of using those one words, I would find different methods. So what I would do is, because I want their undivided attention, I would just start whispering. And they'll say, Mommy, why are you whispering? Well, it causes them to tune themselves and to tune their ears in even more to hear what I have to say. So I start whispering. And it works. And so this is what I do. And as they get older, I find it's the same thing, even in adolescent years. I find that when you go to those moments where your child is upset and you're upset and you want to say so much to validate your point and why, that you're punishing them for this and why they can't do this and why they can't go here. But honestly, don't take that time. Don't take the correction time. Don't take the time that you're sitting down with your child to say all that you want to say. We have to try another way. Just like with this calendar here, we have to use another method of trying to filter out all of what we want to say, all of our points that are important and valid. Don't wait till you're upset. Don't wait till you're frustrated or in a moment of where you need to correct to say everything. Filter it out. Send reminders, whether it's in a lunchbox, whether it's on their door, whether it's, it's through a phone, through a text. Send those little reminders of what you want them to do. So that way they can receive it. And that way you're not waiting to these moments where you want to be heard and they're not hearing you. And you're wondering, why am I not getting through my child? Wait for, or not even wait, but find other ways and other methods of getting these little things that we need to say out that are important, because a lot of it is important, but we can't wait to those moments to say it all. And so I hope that demonstration, and I hope that one word, just remember, parents and supporting adults and grandmas and grandpas and dads and moms, just that one word today. Whatever you want them to do, say that one word and see if that helps. I know it will, because I've done it with my kids and I needed a reminder today. And so we all need reminders. And so I would love to hear from you as well. Try it. Tell me, comment below and let me know if my suggestion worked for you. And if you need more guidance, reach out to me at Janelle Stewart at parentsmakinganinvestment.com and send me an email. And then also like and share. And if you haven't already, subscribe. So that way we can work together on being able to plant seeds into our children that will last, that will remain, and we will see the fruits in their lives come into fruition later on. And so I hope that you are encouraged today. And thank you for listening. And don't forget, one word.